Coming to you live and uncensored. This is the Hype Podcast. I'm oh so fresh with my co-host, yet to be named.
That's me. We talk about everything from new gadgets, gizmos, politics, movies, and music.
And our very own personal stories, because you know a motherfucker has to keep it real.
You see what Oso did there? He stopped the entire show because he didn't have a comeback for my joke about his late-stage performance issues.
Here's how it goes. All right, let's just go ahead and restart because you were really low. No, okay. I know I totally had to come back for that, but I was looking at the shit and you were not coming through.
Would you mind turning your fucking phone off?
That's not my phone. It's a computer. I have an Apple. I can get my messages anyway. All right.
As you were talking about before the show.
You know, this is one of those shows where I have to bring you people up to speed. And I say you people, like I'm quoting Ross Perot from back in the day when he was addressing the NAACP, and he said, you people. I had to bring you people up to speed. You know, I am off on a new endeavor this week. And I am back to radio mixing, which is really fun. If you've known me for a while, you know that I was a mix show DJ on the radio for a very long time.
I really just want to pop on Michael Jackson's If You Remember the Time, because it's been a long time ago that you were like DJ Oh So Fresh mix show DJ.
Yeah, to be very honest with you, it's been 4 years. You know, we had the last time I was a prominent mix show DJ on the radio, we had a black president. How about that? So I was discussing with my co-host here. He's the co-host because I'm the host. It doesn't matter. Yes, he's the bottom. Anyway, I was discussing.
I'm the manservant of the show.
I was discussing with my co-host here. I was like, you know, I thought this radio thing, because you know, shout out to my boy Geoff, where I'll be mixing on Jam at 107.5. You can check me out tomorrow doing the traffic jam at 5 o'clock, and it's hard. I mean, really, I don't know what happened. I don't know what the fuck I was on, what the fuck I was doing, but this shit is fucking difficult.
Now, are you finding that it's harder because you're older? Because I mean, you know what they say: the older you get, you know, the harder it is to perform. Sometimes you need a little pick me up, you know, as you get older.
Let me tell you about getting older and the way you're trying to reference it. You know what, motherfucker? You just learn a whole bunch of finesse moves. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan just didn't. He stopped. He still was scoring 30. He just didn't dunk as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still getting the job done. We're still reaching our goal. But
so you got your post move worked out, is what you're saying?
I got my post move worked out. It worked out. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things where I sat down. You know, it used to be a radio station would send me what the requirements were, and it was no thing. I just write out a little formula and whatever. But mixing for the radio it's almost like a little bit of algebra, because there's a lot of variables to what you do. You say, hey, I'm going to do this and this and this, but you have to figure it out, and it all has to make sense. I would love to spend a half hour telling you how to mix for the radio, but there's a difficulty level that's high. But
wait a minute. I got to interject here. Are you telling me and the people listening to this show that you found a career where you use high school math?
Yeah, it's where I actually use high school math. It kind of fucks me up.
Dude, drop a fucking bomb on that shit, because that is the first time.
If you have not used high school math in your career as of yet, you've come to the right place, because you're fucking with the Hype Podcast today.
I am the host with no name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
I like you every single week right here on the Hype. So you're finally back in the DJ game for what? Jamming 107.5 now?
Yeah, Jamming 107.5. It was.
You're getting around, dude, because you've been on 95.5. You've been on Z100. Weren't you on X-Ray once or twice?
I'm still on. I'm still doing X-Ray, their little substation called The Numbers. That's 96.7. If you live in the east side of Portland, you can check that motherfucker out, or you can go to The Numbers Radio on the internets. But here's what the difficulty level is. Because I was in it, I had no idea how fucking hard it was to mix at the level that I wanted to mix at. Because you think if you do not use it, you will lose it. I will tell you that to any of my friends, anybody listening to me. Hey, if you do some shit, make sure you fucking practice, because there is a, because I'm like, yo, this is not okay. And I'll tell you one thing that people don't know about radio mixers. I didn't find this out until I was up in Spokane doing a station up there. Hey, motherfuckers fuck up and edit that shit all the time. And I thought coming back to it, oh no, I'm just going to breeze through. There's not going to be fuck ups.
One take wonder.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, I used to fuck up daily because I was always trying to do some shit that was close to impossible. Because when you listen to my mix, I want my mix to sound plausible, but almost impossible. Kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he could probably really pull that off, because you don't want to sound like way beyond. But no.
So if I'm another DJ listening to Oso's new workout mix, I want to be like, damn, I'm not trying to follow that, but it sounds good. Yeah,
it sounds good, and he didn't just sit there in front of his computer for hours and just put some shit together. Like, he actually did this on some fucking turntables, because you hear shit like that, I mean, and to be honest with you, even the great Dr. Dre used to multi-track, so he used to record different elements at different times when he was mixing on the radio. Right. But no, I'm just saying, you set, if you set a bar for yourself that's high enough, then it's okay. That's why the only reason I'm okay with it, because I'm like, I want the bar to be this fucking high. Good enough is not good enough. And if you need to take that with you and take it to the bank and improve your life right now, because you're on some.
You better, dude.
That's a little bit piece of game. No, I definitely am coming off of Toastmasters this morning. We didn't do it. Let me just run through what we did not do. We did not do an episode. We did not do an episode last Sunday or the Sunday before. We did do. We did record an episode, and it was shit. Anyway.
Wait, how many episodes have you just not put out?
Probably like 6.
Like in the last 6 weeks, or 6 total out of the 4 years we've been doing the show?
6 total out of the 4 years we've been doing the show.
Jesus Christ. Do I get any say in this ever? Or do you just decide, you're like, yeah, the whim of so fresh it shall be so?
How about this? You would have a say in it if you actually noticed before I told you about it. You had no idea I hadn't put out that episode.
Hey,
and this motherfucker, before this motherfucker
tighter than yours.
Before this motherfucker gets started, let me tell you, this motherfucker calls me and goes, hey, somebody was complaining about some shit we said on the show last week. Blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, hey, motherfucker, we didn't even put out that show.
Yeah, so they were still yelled at me about some shit they listened to. I told you I'd figure out what show it was.
It definitely wasn't the one we did last week.
Yeah, well, see, it's kind of hard for them to listen to it as you don't fucking put them out. I'm kind of offended by that. And I think I'm the second person you've offended this morning just by being your fucking self here.
See, the problem is, I really, one of the problems is Monday mornings can be a bit offensive, because after Toastmasters, shout out to Toastmasters, yeah, applause. After I go to Toastmasters, I come home and I'm a little hyped up. Just, I'm just like, I'm just talking mega shit, Oh, yeah. You believe this? Well, I believe the opposite side. Let's fight. But I'm finding out that, maybe I should tone it down. Because sometimes, if you have a belief system and I know you and I go in and we have some kind of dialogue, I'm going to question your fucking beliefs. Because you probably don't even believe in what the fuck you think you believe in. But anyway.
Dude, first of all, questioning belief systems has been done throughout history. And you know what? Back in the day, and this part of me wishes we could go like back in the day.
I would love some racism and slavery from back in the day. Are you making America great again right now?
Not like the dysentery or the fucking, having to shit in a rattlesnake's nest kind of back in the day. But I'm talking back in the day, just one little aspect, that when somebody was offended, You had a fucking showdown at high noon, dude, and you fucking handled that shit like men. Because people would be much less offended if they had to show up to a gunfight a couple hours later.
Yeah, people, you know, I mean, only thing I can yell is, "There's a snake in my boots." That's all I can do. Because I'm seeing, you know, I still would have been black back in the day, so there was a large amount of the population that I was trying not to offend.
Hey, but you've seen Django Unchained. I mean, you could be the Jamie Foxx of that time.
Yeah, it was written by Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, it was just as realistic as Kill Bill.
Yeah, right. Dude, okay, so riddle me this. You're a music connoisseur. You've heard in the last week or so that they've banned certain lyrics from, like, songs, like even Christmas songs, because they're air quote coercive or suggestive towards women.
A song's not a good song unless it's suggestive towards women.
Yeah, no, people don't like the fucking. I saw this meme photo that says people don't like the lyrics "Baby, it's cold outside," but here's another song by Cardi B telling you to eat her ass.
which is very true. You know what you have to look at, and the I'd say just one of the fallacies of our culture is rap gets a pass.
Yeah, it does.
You could say anything the fuck you want to in a rap song. You know, I mean, there's motherfuckers all protesting for people's rights, and they used to use the F word in their songs all the fucking time. And I'm not talking. I said fucking, so you know what the other F word is, because you know Kevin Hart just got into some shit because
again.
But we'll get past the fact that he's always in a shitty movie. But we'll give him one too. So he was going to host the Oscars, and then somebody drags up some shit he said on Twitter, and used the F word, and then Nick Cannon. You know shit is fucked up when Nick Cannon has to come to your rescue. You know what I'm saying? You know, I could be drowning in a bowl of chicken soup, and I would not want Nick Cannon to pull my head out of it because I hate Nick Cannon. But
See, there's two things on that note. If Nick Cannon's coming to save you, you know it's fucked up. And if Nick Cannon's bashing you, that's fucked up.
Yeah, because this is not the set of Wild and Out. You know what I'm saying, buddy? That's just not happening. But Nick Cannon goes and he starts pulling up tweets by Sarah Silverman, Amy Schumer, and a couple other female Caucasian comedians where they are using the F word very freely themselves.
Yeah,
but you know, are they missing out on opportunities? No, but
well, hey, let's be honest. Amy Schumer's not really getting any opportunities because Amy Schumer sucks.
Yeah, Amy Schumer sucks, but she is country cornbread thick like a motherfucker. I mean, goddamn!
You and your thick white women.
Yeah, man, she is country corn. Somebody gotta love them. I mean, shit. You muscle bound white boys just shit on you thick white women. I don't know why. You never see a muscle bound white boy like you. You always want them slim as a fucking rail. And I'm like, hey, goddamn.
First of all, I would not shit on any woman, okay? Because that's disgusting. All right, and you can get fucking weird like E. coli and die from.
That's where the dysentery comes from. That's why That's why it's not okay to shit on people anymore.
Oh man. Now, so is that really why Kevin Hart stepped down from the Oscars, though?
Yeah, because he tried to put up a fucking apology. I didn't even worry about pulling up the audio or pulling up the tweet. I just, Google tracks me enough. I don't need them tracking me going to any Kevin Hart shit. Because then, next thing I know, I'll go on some platform. I'm not going to say Facebook because I'm not going on there. I'll go on some kind of fucking platform and there'll be an ad for the next Kevin Hart show.
Yeah, right. Dude, have you seen that shit? Like, you'll be thinking of something, and you'll go on Facebook to, like, check a message, and all of a sudden you see ads for that shit you were just thinking about. Like, you haven't even Googled it, but you're just thinking about it, and it's fucking there.
The weirdest shit is when you have a conversation with somebody, and it pops up. Right. I mean, I was fully fucking freaked out when I stopped and got some wiper blades for my mom's car. Yeah. And then next thing I know, an ad pops up for buying her car or buying a car like hers. And I'm sitting there like, I never wanted a fucking Mini Cooper.
Yeah, right.
I never inquired about a Mini Cooper.
They figured if you were buying the wiper blades, you might need the whole car. You never know.
Honestly, if I'm buying the wiper blades, as a man, if I'm buying the wiper blades, obviously I have a woman that has that type of car. Because, hey, man, ain't a lot of bros pushing Mini Coopers. Fun car to drive. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to drive. I mean, it's a moped ass car. You know what I'm saying? Fun to ride, but you don't want your friends to see you on one.
Did you pretend like you were Mos Def in The Italian Job?
Yeah, The Italian Job is different. That's a movie. That's fictional. Most definitely.
No, I'm saying, did you pretend like you were him, like mobbing around, like?
Yeah. I mean, because I have to say, driving a Mini Cooper is as fun as it looks in The Italian Job. But you know, I mean, not everybody's gonna do that. Like just like people tell me chitlins are good. Sounds good, but I'm not gonna do it.
He said it sounds good, but I'm not gonna do it.
I don't care what kind of sauce you put on them.
So I'm gonna run some things by you. Since you bring that up, I'm gonna run a few things by you because you know me as you call me a millennial, but I'm like halfway in between.
You're more millennial than I am, and you call me a baby boomer. I'm nowhere close.
We folks nowadays rarely ever go to the cinema to see a movie. So, are you going to see the new Avengers movie when it comes out?
Let me see. There's a trailer here. Let's see.
There is. Have you watched it yet?
No. I got it on right now. For copyright reasons, I will not put it on my channel. All right, so I see, is that Tony Stark? He's grabbing his mask. He's trying to see if it works. If you find this recording, Marvel's going to make another $1 billion. Wow. Wow, Tony Stark is running out of oxygen. If you're trapped in space, do you think about if you forgot to feed the dog? You know, if I'm trapped in space, I hope it's not zero gravity, because I'm definitely going to be yanking a couple off with that shit floating around.
He wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
Wow. The music's more epic than what they're actually showing.
We lost friends. We lost family.
Oh wow. So I get to see who survived. Oh, what's his name? Hawk or whatever his name is. The arrow guy?
Good work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't.
Captain America survived. Because America, bitch. No Americans were killed in the making of this movie.
A couple Canadians, though.
They'll forgive us.
Is this an old message?
Oh, Ant-Man's gonna be in the movie. Oh, that comes out. Oh, the Avengers comes out in April. A is for April. A was for Avengers, and A is for that asshole that's gonna charge me extra money to get some kettle corn when I go to the fucking movie theater.
So are you actually going to go to the movie theater and see that?
I don't know. I got so fucking stoned last time. I fell asleep. I woke up like right when. I mean, spoiler alert, but I woke up right when he snapped his fingers.
He said spoiler alert.
Yeah, right when that motherfucker snapped his fingers and everything changed. Yeah, I fucking wow. Oh, there's a new Godzilla. Oh, look at all this shit. There's a new Godzilla movie coming too.
Now, hang on. Between the new Avengers movie and the new Aquaman, which are you more excited for?
I don't give a shit about Aquaman, to be fucking honest with you.
No, I thought you were like Mr. Batman DC Universe wannabe.
I am, but god damn it, goddamn
What?
special
What did
effects ain't working.
Since what did you do?
I don't know. So this is gonna be
God damn it,
this is
that was
gonna be
so
a really
fresh.
this is gonna be a really dry episode. So
I heard them earlier. What did you do?
I don't know. They're just not showing up.
Motherfuckers. Well, you'll be happy to know that on a good note, my van's finally fixed. I don't even want to tell you how much I had to fucking pay to get it done, though, however.
You have to explain a little bit about your van because that episode didn't come out. Remember?
Yeah, that's true. But
So
you told me to keep
his
you
van
posted.
was broken in Canada. He drove to the U.S. and they told him it might be fixed. Just drive it for a while and see if it's fixed. But this man, I mean, it's one thing.
That literally was verbatim what they said.
It's one thing if your mechanic's like in your goddamn neighborhood, but it's a whole other thing where I'm on the road. How did people drive back in the day? Like you're on the road. You always watch a movie and somebody's car will break down and they were like, "Oh, just wait for the gas station to open the morning and they'll fix it." That's not real life.
No, it's actually not. And one thing I did learn, don't try this at home, little public service announcement, but in most vehicles, when the check engine light comes on, it's literally just letting you know you should probably look at some shit, but it doesn't need to happen right now. Because I had to drive over 2,500 miles to actually get this fucking thing fixed, and it ran like a dream the entire time.
The light came on, you stopped the vehicle, you went outside, you opened up the hood, still there.
Yeah, I checked it. It was in there. I had to keep
Engine's
pushing.
still fucking there. Keep it moving.
Yeah, and so I drive about 2,500 miles into Colorado, and the first place that I stopped at, who
For the
literally
weed.
said, yeah, right. The first place I stopped at that literally said exactly what you said. Oh, yeah, it's fixed. You just got to drive it for a little bit for everything to reset. So I get to Colorado, and the Colorado folks are like, no, that's never the case. Like, you should never just have to drive your shit for the check engine light to go off. So I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And it was a Mercedes dealership, and I was at a different Mercedes dealership that told me to drive it. And you know how Mercedes is. They don't ever, no brand will ever tell you that their brand is wrong, right? Because it makes them look stupid.
No,
So-
if you own a luxury car, especially from the big three from Germany, which would be Audi, Mercedes, or BMW, it's just like getting a psychiatrist. You know what I'm saying? Like the problem is never ever going to be fucking fixed. That's, whatever is wrong is just it's gonna remain wrong. You tell all your childhood issues, and then they go, oh, let's find something else. I mean, it's. I've owned several BMWs, and you would have if you stopped every BMW you saw on the road today, you would find something broken. There's
no exception.
I mean,
No
I don't know
exception
why don't they? I mean, because I think the vans are more reliable than just like the regular passenger cars, but there's always something wrong with a luxury car.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, I spent more in this last week fixing this luxury automobile than I paid for like one of my last vehicles.
Well, you're paying for the luxury of driving it. Shit, that shit ain't free.
No, but when you go to a luxury European service department and they go, yeah, you should be good, just drive it 100 miles or so. That's not the confidence you want to instill on your customers.
Well, was it a well-appointed dealership? Were there lots of, like, I don't know, like pastries and coffee?
There was Rice Krispie treats. There was free fruit snacks. I got to make my own espresso. Like, it was in there.
Oh, that was worth the wait. Because, you go to the Toyota dealership, they just give you a cup of coffee. And you know what I'm saying?
And they charge you for the bottle of water.
They'll charge you for the bottle of water because, I'll tell you, hey, water's scarce in Japan where they make this.
Yeah, right. Now, so the long and the short of it, almost $7,000 later, The van is fixed and good to go. And now I'm sitting in 16-degree weather in Colorado currently, waiting to get back on the job and recoup some of that money from last week.
I will tell you right now, $7,000 would probably relieve me, pause, of a lot of my financial burdens. I'm just saying.
So would like to relieve himself?
Because $7,000 would pay $7,000 would pay off my car, and still give me some change to pay off some bills. It will pay off my car. I guess because I live a simple, shitty life. People, don't let the booming voice in this podcast fool you. $7,000 would pay off my car and my credit cards, and put me a couple months ahead on my mortgage.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. So
but see, I don't have a mortgage anymore. I just have a phone bill and a van payment. So.
And you got a podcast. Hey.
Hey. But Oso effects or no sound effects. If you don't know, so it's about that time to go. We're about to get the fuck out of here. This is the Hype Podcast. I am the host with no name.
I'm DJ Oso Fresh, and we're doing this dry because for some reason the music is not
going in dry. Because we're going in dry. That's why.
The music is not going. Oh yeah, we'll spit on it. Spit on it before you stick it in.
Speaking of spitting on it, let me spit this to you real quick. If you have any property needs in the Portland metro area, hit up Fortress Property Management. You can hit them up 503-752-8519 or at fortresspropertymgmt.com for all your property management needs in the Vancouver Portland metro area. Hit those guys up. They're excellent, and they hook us up every month. Ask Oso Fresh. She'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, they provide our hosting and a lot of promotional costs. So yes, thank you once again to Fortress Property Management. And my name is Oso Fresh. I usually have a booming, awesome outro, but I don't. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to you straight. The podcast after the podcast. No need to pause. I have found over time that the better I feel inside, the more offensive I am. Pause on the inside. But the better I feel, the more offensive I am. The more feathers I rile. So if I'm not talking shit to you, then you know that I'm dying inside. So that's your gauge. If you want to know how the freshness works, if this man is clowning the fuck out of what you are, who you are, what you believe, how you shit, which hand you wipe your ass with, then I'm in a good space. And I'll leave it at that. This is the Hype Podcast. We out.
Just so you know, if I'm shitting on you, I'm okay.